All right, everybody. Week 6 is upon us. Nope. Week 7 is upon us. I just got it wrong. We are going to start it off by saying that there are 6 teams on the bye this week. First up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. They played in London this week against the Miami Dolphins. They picked up their first win of the season on a game-winning field goal. Yep, that's all I got to say about that game. Then we're just going to go down the line, the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are coming off of a loss on Monday night against the Tennessee Titans, but to me, they're still the favorite in the AFC. We've got the Dallas Cowboys. They are coming in at 5-1, I believe. I believe they're 5-1. They're coming off of an overtime walk-off win against the New England Patriots. Dak Prescott, he said he is minorly hurt, but he should be fine to play. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are coming off of a win against the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday night. Then we've got the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are coming off of a loss to the Baltimore Ravens. And last but not least, my team, the Minnesota Vikings, who are coming off of an overtime win against the Carolina Panthers. The Vikings are sitting at 3-3. Coming out of the bye week, the Vikings play next Sunday night against the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be a good game. But those are your 6 teams on bye: Minnesota Vikings, Buffalo Bills, Jacksonville Jaguars, Dallas Cowboys, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Los Angeles Chargers. Those teams won't be in this video. And yeah, here we go. Kicking it off, we got Thursday Night Football coming out tonight. The Denver Broncos taking on the Cleveland Browns. This is an interesting game. Teddy Bridgewater set to play for the Broncos, former Vikings starting quarterback, going up against Case Keenum, former Vikings starting quarterback. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Baker Mayfield is out for this game for the Browns. Nick Chubb, I believe, is out for this game as well. Kareem Hunt, I do not know for sure, but I believe he's out. Otherwise, he'll just get a very limited capacity as far as I know. So that's 3 of the biggest pieces for the Browns. And Jarvis Landry, is he still on the IR? Maybe. He might be out for this game too, but I'm not sure. I haven't checked up on it recently. And they're going against the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are currently sitting with a record of 3-3, I believe. They're coming off of a loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. The Browns, I did not say, they're coming off of a loss to the Arizona Cardinals. As for this game, the Broncos, I believe, have lost 3 straight games, if that's correct, after starting 3-0. But the Browns have key pieces missing. This might be a surprising pick, but I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos in this game. With Nick Chubb out, Baker Mayfield out, Jarvis Landry maybe out, I don't know for certain, and Kareem Hunt possibly out. That is some of their biggest key pieces on offense, so I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. Broncos don't really have any key pieces. Jerry Jeudy, I don't even know if he's back. I haven't heard anything recently. I'm not sure, but either way, I sure do like the Broncos in this matchup. So I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos over the Cleveland Browns. The New York Jets and the New England Patriots are our next matchup, everybody. This is the beginning of the 12 o'clock Central games. Yeah, 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. We have the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. The New York Jets are coming off of a probably loss. Oh, they're off their bye week. The New York Jets are coming off their bye week. I believe they have 1 win on the year, if I remember that right. So yeah, they're coming off the bye. The New England Patriots, like I just said, they got walked off on by the Dallas Cowboys this past week. Even coming off the bye week, I'm sorry, but I don't even know what to make of the Jets at this point of the year. People thought this could be a rebound season, but it's really not a rebound season. Not much analysis needed on this game. I like the New England Patriots in this one, so we're going to go with the Patriots over the Jets. I will already warn you, this may be my upset game of the week, but I don't know yet. Who knows? We've got the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are coming off of a win over the Detroit Lions this past week. They absolutely dominated the Lions, and I mean, it's the Lions, but they put up a good showing. The Baltimore Ravens are coming off of a win this past week over the Los Angeles Chargers. They kind of flattened the Chargers. Both teams are coming off big wins. As for this game, I believe the Bengals still only have one loss on the season. I believe. No, they have two losses. I don't know. They lost to the Packers for certain, and I don't remember who their other loss would be. Oh, they lost to they lost to the Bears. So the Bears and Packers, and they almost lost to the Vikings, but they did not because Dalvin Cook fumbled the ball allegedly. So, yeah, the Bengals and the Ravens. I like both teams. I don't even know what to make of a pick here. This is why I said this might be my upset pick of the week, because it literally might be. I like the Bengals. They've been having a good season. They actually could be a playoff team this year. The Cincinnati Bengals, well, they had a rough start to the season a little bit. Almost lost to the Colts. Almost lost to the Lions. But then they put up a good showing last week. For this game, honestly, I'm going upset pick right here. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals over the Baltimore Ravens. The reason I'm saying this is because I'd feel better if the upset was right and the Bengals actually won. I'd feel better doing that because I'd feel completely dumb if I went with the Ravens and then the Bengals won. So I just feel like an upset special could be in this game. Both teams here are good. Both teams are putting up good outings so far. Bengals have really showed great improvement this year. And the Ravens are the Ravens, but they have almost lost some games that they won, that they almost lost. So that is why I'm going Bengals with the upset special of the week. Might not be upset special of the week because you never know if there will be another one. Maybe later in this week here I'll have another one. But for now, Bengals over Ravens. The Kansas City Chiefs and Tennessee Titans are coming up next. The Kansas City Chiefs are coming off of a win. I believe, they beat Washington, didn't they? The Chiefs are coming off of a win over the Washington football team. The Tennessee Titans are coming off of a win over the Buffalo Bills. For this game, the game is in Tennessee. Sorry. It is a short week for the Titans as they're coming off of a Monday night. They had one less day to prepare for this game. The Chiefs overall have not looked like the dominant AFC force that they've been in the past few years. The Chiefs have really had issues this year. Titans just put up a big win against my favorite to win the AFC this year, the Bills. And honestly, that is enough for me to go with the Titans. Julio Jones and A.J. Brown were both back for the Titans this week. But yeah, interesting. I am going to go Titans over the Chiefs. I just feel like the Chiefs have been very inconsistent this year. Their secondary is, as far as I know, the worst in the NFL. But who knows? I could be incorrect on that stat, but I feel like I saw that somewhere. And yeah, they've just had a really inconsistent year. Titans have been pretty good to start the year. They had a good showing last week against the Bills. Came from behind to win the game. Derrick Henry absolutely destroyed the Bills' defense. Unfortunately, I went against him in fantasy, and I was up by 23 points going into the game, so I was feeling good. But let's just say that did not end well for me. But I'm going to go with the Titans in this game. Titans have been far more consistent, and the Chiefs, I don't really know what to make of them at this point. Titans take the win over the Chiefs. The Washington football team and Green Bay Packers are coming up next. Like I just said, Washington is coming off of a loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Green Bay Packers are coming off of a win over the Chicago Bears, where Aaron Rodgers made it very publicly known that he owns the Bears, even though he didn't even need to say that. As a Vikings fan, I already kind of knew that Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears, so not the first time I've seen that before. But Washington, they've had a weird season this year. They have not been looking great. Week 1, they took a loss to the Chargers. Week 2, they barely beat the Giants. Week 3, they took a loss to the Bills. Week 4, they won over the Falcons. Week 5, they lost to the Saints. And now in Week 6, they lost to the Chiefs. They've had a very inconsistent year. Initially, they were my favorites to win the NFC East this year. I thought their defense, this team should actually be pretty good this year, but they have not met those expectations. And right now, the Dallas Cowboys, they're looking like legit contenders, which I've said for the past 3 weeks. I've said for the past 3 weeks that this is the first time ever in my prediction series, which I've been doing for 2 years, I think. This is the first time ever I've said that the Cowboys are a legit team, and they actually are this year, which is, I hate saying, but it's kind of true. But on the flip side, we have the Green Bay Packers. Week 1, it looked like, what is this Packers team? They took a 38-3 loss over against the New Orleans Saints, and after that week, it was just like, was that a fluke game, or did the Aaron Rodgers drama actually affect this team? And then in week 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they've come up with 5 straight wins, and it looks like the Packers are back to being the team that they are. Oh, man, that was a weird burp. I'm sorry. Packers are back to being that legit team again. Also, a side note that the Packers are wearing their ugly throwback uniforms, or I don't even know if they're throwback. They're wearing their weird alternates. They're all green. I'll post a picture on the screen. Yeah, those, let's just say I don't like them. I will probably not be watching this game because I don't like those jerseys, and they actually make me want to throw up. But for the actual game, Washington has been pretty inconsistent this year. So after week 1, the Packers have been consistent, and that's why a home game, even with the gross alternates, it's hard not to like the Packers in this one. So I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers over the Washington football team. The Carolina Panthers and New York Giants, are coming up next. I have my teams mixed up. The Carolina Panthers are coming off of an overtime loss to my Minnesota Vikings, like we talked about. After not the greatest first half I've ever seen, the Panthers came back in the second half and played decent, actually. The game started off with first play of the game. By the way, Sam Darnold was not good at all. It also didn't help that his receivers actually dropped like 10 combined passes. And that's not even a joke. They actually dropped like 10 combined passes. Robbie Anderson had some drop issues. DJ Moore had some drop issues. Chuba Hubbard had some drop issues. And I'm sure even more players, honestly, that I'm not even thinking of had some drops. But literally, they actually couldn't hang on to the ball, and I started to feel bad for him. But Sam Darnold did not look great in this game. First play of the game, he throws an interception to Bashaud Breeland, who is still bad. That's the only good play he's made the whole year. Then, not much action happened until halftime. Then in the second half, coming basically right out of the gate, the Carolina Panthers blocked the punt of Jordan Berry, returning it for the touchdown to give the Panthers the lead. But the Vikings came storming back, and they recovered actually fast from that play. And then, Then the Vikings had an 11-point lead with about 5 minutes remaining. One of my friends texted me, the Vikings got this in the bag, and I said, you never know around here. And sure enough, the Vikings defense whiffed, and the Panthers came back, tied the game at 28. Overtime we headed before the Vikings orchestrated a beautiful drive in overtime, throwing the final touchdown pass from Kirk Cousins to KJ Osborne. It was a really great drive in overtime. And Vikings made some errors, and they could have shut the door, but they just couldn't do it. Again, that's like every week. They have a chance. They have their opponent in the headlock. They just need to, end it. And they can't end it. That's one of the reasons I don't like Mike Zimmer. He just doesn't... He's got his foot on the gas. He just doesn't press it all the way down. And then we've got the New York Giants. The Giants are coming off of a loss to the Los Angeles Rams. They got destroyed, which I'm not surprised because it was the Rams. Not much analysis needed. I do feel like the Panthers should be able to bounce back in this game. The Giants have looked bad all year, and I don't think it'll end on Sunday. I am going to go with the Carolina Panthers over the New York Giants. The Falcons and Dolphins are coming up next. The Atlanta Falcons are coming off of a bye week. The Miami Dolphins are coming off of a loss to the Jaguars. Yeah. So, Falcons, not high expectations going into the year. Keep in mind that even though 2 weeks ago the Falcons played in London, they lost. But keep in mind, Russell Gage was out and Calvin Ridley was out. That's their 2 biggest players, and they were both out for that game. Luckily, Calvin Ridley will be back again for me this week, which is important for my fantasy team. But yeah, Falcons haven't looked like worst team in the league this year, because they have in the past before. But right now, they're actually not like that. The Miami Dolphins have looked absolutely subpar this year. They're currently 1-5 as far as I know, and people thought, this team could be a playoff team. This team could challenge the NFC East with the Bills. Actually, no one really thought they could challenge the Bills, but people thought they could be a playoff team. That is absolute cap at this point right now. 1-5 Dolphins haven't looked good all year. Their only win, I believe, did they win in week 1? They won in week 1, and they haven't won since. Whew, that's tough. As for this game, a loss here would put them probably sellers at the trade deadline. Maybe the Vikings can trade for Xavier Howard. They're in a tight money situation, but, with Rob Brzezinski for the Vikings, hey, he can make anything work. As for this game, though, the Falcons have looked meh this year, but the Dolphins have really lowered expectations of everyone. No, I'm actually going to go with the Falcons. I accidentally said Dolphins, but I'm going to edit it out not to confuse people, because it's confusing, and I'm confusing, and yep, next bit. The Houston Texans and Arizona Cardinals are coming up next. The Texans are coming off of a probably loss, but I don't know for certain. Confirmed they're coming off of a loss to the Colts. They did not play well at all. The Arizona Cardinals are coming off of a win over the Cleveland Browns. The Cardinals are 6-0, only team undefeated in the NFL. I'm not even going to give analysis in this one. Cardinals take the win. But, side note, I have heard that the Dolphins and the Texans are in some trade talks about Deshaun Watson that could happen already by maybe next week, which would be interesting. I've also heard reports of a 3-team trade that would send, how did it work? It was weird how it worked. I heard Washington was also involved in it somehow, but I'm really not sure. But that would be super interesting. Maybe it is actually a good idea that I kept Deshaun Watson on my bench this whole season. Maybe. Either way, I'm going to go with the Cardinals over the Texans in this game. Easy choice for me. You can all unsubscribe if the Cardinals lose this game. The Bears and Bucks are coming up next. Chicago Bears are coming off of a loss to the Green Bay Packers, where Aaron Rodgers absolutely owned them. Aaron Rodgers absolutely owned the Bears. What a wordplay I just made right there. And they're going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucks are coming off of a win on Thursday Night Football against the Philadelphia Eagles. Extra time in this game. Bucks are a Super Bowl contending team. Bears are not. That's all I need to say. This would be great for the Minnesota Vikings if the Bucks won. If the Bucks won this game, this would be great for the Vikings who are on bye. So I'm going to go with the Bucks over the Bears. Pretty easy choice. Bears are not that good, and the Bucks are good. We have the Lions and Rams. I believe the Lions are the only team that has not won a game yet this year. I might be incorrect, but I believe so. The Lions are coming off of a loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. They kind of got destroyed. Moving on, the Los Angeles Rams are coming off of a win over the New York Giants, where they destroyed them. Easy choice for me. Another great game if the Lions lose, because that would be great for the Vikings on the bye week, even though the Vikings already have a 3-game lead and the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Lions. This would still be great if the Rams won, so I'm going to go with the Rams. Pretty easy choice. Yep, moving on. The Eagles and Raiders are coming up next. The Philadelphia Eagles are coming off of a loss to the Bucks on Thursday Night Football last week. Extra time to rest. The Las Vegas Raiders are coming off of a win against the Denver Broncos, like I predicted and no one else in the world predicted. Everyone thought because John Gruden is gone, that's going to throw their whole team awry. and they're not going to win. But guess what? I called it. I said the Raiders would win anyways, and they did. And because of that, we're going with the Raiders again. Eagles are not that good. Raiders are okay. Even the John Gruden situation is still not going to throw them off. Raiders take the win. My picks are getting shorter and shorter by each game. As in my analysis for the picks, I'm just picking a winner, and I don't even care. We're going Raiders over the Eagles. Sunday Night Football is upon us. We have the Colts and we have the 49ers. This might be my fastest pick of the game. The Colts are coming off of a win over the Houston Texans, but they're still not that good this year. The San Francisco 49ers are coming off of their bye week. Pretty easy choice. Bye week, extra time to rest. Yep, we're going to go with the 49ers moving on to Monday Night Football. The Saints and Seahawks are coming up Monday Night Football. The New Orleans Saints are coming off of a... What are they coming off of? I can't find them, guys. What are the Saints coming off of? Saints are coming off their bye week. The Seattle Seahawks are coming off of a loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Russell Wilson is still out, and they have not looked super consistent this year. The Saints have looked a lot more consistent after the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, they were not that consistent, but now they are more consistent. Either way, we're going to go with the Saints. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a good night. Peace out. Vikings are not on. They're on bye week, so I can't say Skull Vikings at the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a good night. Peace out. Bye.